Hello, I'm Albuquerque Public Schools Interim Superintendent Scott Elder. For months, we've been researching and planning a return to in-person classes. The situation isn't ideal. The pandemic remains a real threat, but over the course of this crisis, we've learned a lot. We now have a path to gradually reopen some of our elementary schools in small groups first, if and when we meet the gating criteria mandated by the New Mexico Department of Health. At that point, over 2-week increments, we would begin introducing kindergartens first, then 1st through 3rd graders, and eventually the 4th and 5th grade classrooms. As long as Bernalillo County remains green for 2 weeks, we will start bringing back more elementary students for the in-person learning. As infection rates decrease, we will welcome middle and high school students as well. And now I'd like to introduce you to the team of experts who will walk you through the new school day.
I'm Gene Saavedra, Zone 1 Associate Superintendent. First, we want you to know families still have the option to return to in-person learning or continue remote instruction full-time. Students who choose to attend in-person classes will be assigned to one of 2 groups. Group A will be on campus on Mondays and Tuesdays. Group B will be on campus on Thursdays and Fridays. Schools will be closed on Wednesdays. A and B students will participate in remote learning the 3 days of the week they are not physically in the classroom. Elementary students who choose not to return to campus, as well as middle and high school students, will continue to learn remotely as they did during the first semester. Zone 2 Associate Superintendent Antonio Gonzalez has new arrival protocols to share.
We have a checklist ready for you. Everyone will be asked to do a wellness and temperature check at home before coming to school. It will also be important to let school personnel know if you have been exposed to the coronavirus. Anyone who poses a health threat to others may be asked to stay home and later contact school staff to determine a safe return to campus. Anyone with a high temperature or signs of the illness will be sent home. Information will be provided to help identify signs and symptoms to look out for. And now, Zone 3 Associate Superintendent Amanda DeBell shares what happens once we're on campus.
APS will continue to follow all state guidelines, so everyone will be required to wear a face mask during the school day. Masks can only be removed to enjoy a meal or if teachers engage in word formation lessons. We ask all staff and students to bring a mask with them to school, but we can supply a mask if necessary. Please note, face shields will not be allowed as a substitute for face masks. Movement around campus will be limited, as Zone 4 Associate Superintendent Troy Hughes explains.
Social distancing protocols will be followed at all times. Desks will be arranged 6 feet apart in safe distancing patterns. Classes will remain in small groups throughout the school day, including breakfast, lunch, and recess. Weather permitting, meals can be enjoyed outside. Otherwise, meals will be served and consumed inside. Each class or pod will eat in the cafeteria on a rotating schedule. PE and recess will be part of the regular school day and can be held outdoors on good weather days. Dr. Deborah Elder, our Executive Director of the Office of Innovation, has a few other changes you will need to know about.
Let's start with your APS-issued Chromebook or iPad. Please bring your device with you for the school day. You will take it back home at the end of every day. School offices will be open for parents and students, but volunteers and chaperones won't be allowed on campus yet. Stephanie Fascicelli, our Associate Superintendent for Special Education, reminds us why these steps are so important.
Safety and wellness are imperative right now. We are eager to return students to class and are doing everything we can to be as cautious as possible. That's why masks will be required for everyone, social distancing will be the norm, and staff will be required to fill out a wellness form daily. Dr. Gabriella Blakey, our Chief Operations Officer, has more on that.
In addition to those safety measures just mentioned, we've also installed hand washing stations in the bathrooms and hand sanitizer stations around campus for frequent hand washing. Students and staff will be trained on good hygiene habits. Students will need to bring their own water bottle to school and sharing personal items with other students won't be allowed, so we can minimize touch points in the day. Our custodians will clean and disinfect daily, and high-touch surfaces will be cleaned throughout the school day. We know ventilation has been a concern. We're lucky to live in a climate that affords us a lot of sunshine. When the weather allows, we will keep doors and windows open for good air circulation. Our HVAC systems will be maintained at all times by our maintenance and operation crews, and we have installed new filters in all of our units.
Thank you, Dr. Blakey. This safety and wellness checklist isn't exhaustive and of course is subject to change. We will all need to remain flexible. It's possible schools will have to shut down suddenly if someone on site tests positive for the virus, or we experience another citywide spike in infections. We will, of course, keep you informed should that happen. If you'd like more information on reopening protocols, please go to aps.edu. Thank you for your patience, understanding, and support. We can't wait to see you in class again.